welcome to another Beer for Breakfast ABV. I am Danielle from Marty and Danielle in the Morning on 91X. As always, my beer drinking partner in crime is here with me, Brewmaster Paul Segura of Karl Strauss, and we are welcoming Chris and Steve from Stone Brewing today on Beer for Breakfast. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Great to have you on the show, guys. Welcome.
Yeah. So we're wetting our whistle a little bit before we really get into things because you guys just did a collaboration with SOCIETE Brewing. This is very easy beer to remember. It's called the SOCIETE Stone West Coast IPA collaboration. This just dropped. How did this come together, guys?
Well, we've been talking about it for a long time, and we've done a collab with them before. The Skedaddler, it was called.
That's a fancier name than this one.
Yeah.
that was came from Marvel. This one is very black and white, as you can see on the can. So, yeah.
No, it was just time to do another collab with them. And we kind of settled on some hop varieties we all liked. And then we did something really cool. We took all these hops. We had 21 samples, I think it was. And it's like, why don't we just put 1 through 21 on there? And we didn't even know what varieties we were evaluating, and then everyone voted for their top picks. Luckily, we didn't just all pick Amarillo or something, right?
So everybody just walked around and did rubs and said, I like that one, I like this one. And
yeah, and then ranked them, and
that's
kind of like judging GABF,
That's
right?
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I think there was also a focus on the hops too. We were going for like the pine, the grapefruit, and the lemon lime character, and then we like ranked them which ones had the quality there.
Well, and if you guys are going to make a West Coast IPA, I can't think of two better breweries to make a West Coast IPA. SOCIETE, it slays it at West Coast, as does Stone. So this really is the perfect melding of two awesome breweries to come together. I love this. I live with somebody that works at SOCIETE, so I got to try this before everybody else did, and I love it.
Sounds like he's an enabler.
I see what you guys are doing there. I do get the lemon lime a little bit. I also get some white wine like characteristic, slight bit of dank. Very nice. I like it's very dry and crushable.
Yeah, it definitely has that like SOCIETE IPA character straight out of their wheelhouse, but then you get that like little bit of stone bitterness in there. And
Right,
like,
yeah. It is sort of pupil-like. I don't get all the pine, but that's okay. This is delicious beer. Nicely done, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know you guys distribute SOCIETE also, so is that part of the relationship with getting with SOCIETE to make a beer, or was it just like you guys were talking to Teddy and you were like, hey, let's make a beer?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we don't just collaborate with people that we distribute. I just did a collab with some guys up north that we were distributing, and they're pulling out of Southern California. And like, does that affect this? And I'm like, no,
Yeah,
just want to hang out with you guys.
getting together and making beer.
Should we let people know who these fine gentlemen are by names? I mean,
Absolutely.
and their titles
Well,
and stuff, because they're kind of big deals, I think.
Chris, what is your official title with Stone?
Man, it's always so hard to say. Senior Manager of Brewing and Innovation at Liberty Station.
And Steve, what is your title at Stone?
I'm Senior Manager of Brewing and Innovation, small batch team,
And
There you go.
and head brewer Stone.
Yes! That's
Two
awesome.
big wigs here.
Just
Pretty
a little
special.
Bit, just a little bit big wigs.
Yeah.
Like it. Stone Hazy IPA. Is this new? I don't know that I've had Stone Hazy IPA.
it is pretty damn new. We did a small locals only release earlier in the year, and I believe now it's a national release.
I dig the can art, very hippie-like.
Yeah, it speaks to you.
It speaks to me as a
Drink
hippie.
this beer.
Yeah, the beer
Hazy.
itself has a lot of like really nice, like mature orange going on.
Getting a lot of tropical.
Yeah, I mean for this one, on the hop bill, we kind of just went with hops you don't normally find in hazy IPAs these days. I mean, they're usually dominated with like Citra, Galaxy, Mosaic, big names. So I kind of went a little off the beat path. We did some Azaka, and that's where you're getting that really orangey note. El Dorado, which I love. That's
Yeah,
like one
it's
of my
great hop.
#1 hops. And then the one that people find very polarizing is Sabro. And I find if you just use the right amount, it's
Sabro's a
wonderful
great hop. I don't know why it's so polarizing.
Yeah, some people don't like that heavy coconut with the dill kind of character you get every so
Love
often.
that.
Yeah.
Especially the coconut. I mean, especially in a tropical IPA, right? Do you even Sabro?
It is, yeah. I mean, people either love it or hate it. They really do. I think
Especially the dill component.
Yeah,
Sriracha
that
Ace is
lemongrass
one of
kind of
those-
character, yeah.
I'm not getting that.
No,
am I the weirdo that should be getting
No,
that?
it's
And,
kind of just layered in there.
Okay.
I don't believe we go any higher than about 20% of that hop in the dry hop. Yeah.
I think you'd notice if it wasn't there, like that's it's kind of just it's pretty subtle in here.
Well, when you were talking about the flavors that you get off of the Sabro and you brought up the coconut, I was like, oh, I do get like a little bit of a linger of a coconut, but it's not an overpowering coconut. I mean, we just had that coconut pineapple hazy IPA from Second Chance, and that's nothing like this at all, but has that tropical again. Right.
I like the mouthfeel on this too. I mean, let's talk about the malt side. It's perfect. You get like this nice mouth coating, full of flavor, proteinaceous, slightly sweet.
Proteinaceous. Wow.
Right.
Oh my God, proteinaceous.
That's like an actual. I mean, Steve's a judge as well. I don't
Is that
think
a
that's
word?
a term that we use very often, but
I have to think about it. I'm
It
not
is
sure.
now. I heard it on the radio. It is now.
I know what he means though, so good enough.
so it's got a
Tenacious pros.
medium to full mouthfeel. The Volmundigkeit is very good.
I do think this is our most complex malt bill of any beer we have right now. This
Yeah.
This and Buena Vesa probably.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely went heavy on the adjuncts to make sure. I mean, I think anytime we scale something from our pilot systems to our, 5 and 10 barrels to 120 barrels and trying to fill 360 barrel tanks, we get challenged to make sure we have consistent haze on the beer. So we definitely wanted to make sure that malt bill stayed there.
It's a very, very nice hazy IPA. It's quintessential. I mean, it's a very good example of the style, I'd say.
Thank you.
Not to move on too quickly, but 25th
Wait,
anniversary.
Yeah, Danielle's ready to party.
25th anniversary. Well, here's the thing. Stone, you guys are celebrating your 25th anniversary. This is huge. You guys have been slaying it in San Diego for 25 years, and you made a really big beer to celebrate. What is this guy?
You want to talk about this, Steve?
Let's
No,
go.
this is your baby, man. Go for it.
Did you
Do it.
create this, Chris?
Slightly.
Yeah.
That means yes.
Yes. For Liberty Station, we hit our 7th anniversary last year in May, and I was kind of messing around. I was like, well, kind of in a shutdown period, but we're only doing growler fills to go, so we got to do something really big that'll come bring people in to get beer to go. And so we're like, let's just try a triple IPA. And I brewed maybe two
Oh
or
my
three in the
gosh.
past, and just kind of went with it. So the first one we did was 12.2, and Steve and Greg loved it. And we decided, let's make it 12.5% alcohol, and that way we're halfway to 25. And we can't do a 25% IPA, otherwise you're just drinking liquor and hops. And
I think you just
that
made
could be
Steve
fun.
flinch with this beer. He just took a sip and I saw him flinch.
No, this is a big boy.
We should have just poured these in shot glasses
This-
and just kind of enjoyed this one.
This is a hefty beer. You can taste the strength on that, but I love the balance. I love the hoppiness and the bitterness poking through on
This will get you in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Took a lot of inspiration from Stone Brewing 10, which is one of my favorite triple IPAs out there, and we just kind of raised the bar. I kind of wonder if we should just call this a quadruple IPA, because there's that like fine line, it's like 8%, then you go to 10%, then it's like a triple, and then after that it's like, oh, it's like 2%, 2.5% jump. It's pretty much a quadruple IPA.
So what were you basically like, Brewing 10, it's not big enough. It needs to go bigger.
Well, I mean, on our system at Liberty Station, with our C1 Fusion mash, our beers tend to dry out a lot more than what we would do in Escondido. I was like, let's see how dry we can really get this and really bump up that alcohol. So we did a couple different techniques during fermentation, dry hop during fermentation, that kind of really pick up the yeast, get a little bit more going. And I think our attenuation is like 70-75% on this guy. So it's pretty dried out.
The
and-
dryness doesn't make it drink like it's super huge.
Yeah.
Right? It makes it easy drinking, man.
Yeah,
And that makes it dangerous.
dangerous.
It's like a sniper.
For me, the really fun thing about this beer, we get together and write the tasting notes online and the food pairing recommendations and everything for all the releases. I think this was the fastest we'd ever done it. I mean, it was just so easy because.
Ooh, let's hear the food.
Yeah, I was like,
pairing
with that,
recommendations.
what
Yeah,
is
you
the
remember
food
that from
pairing?
memory?
Oh my gosh.
Chef Rich
No.
Sweeney, let's
No,
make sure
you
he
brought
gets
it up. Let's go,
right.
Steve.
I think we actually had to narrow it down quite a bit because it's just like this just pairs with everything.
Mhm.
I would
yeah.
say like seafood, maybe,
I kind of want a fish taco.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
Right?
Fish tacos for
Fish
breakfast.
tacos.
Like a
Yeah.
fried fish taco? No, chef.
Mm.
With a side of tater tots.
With a side of tater tots. I'm throwing this out there now. We're starting a petition for there to be tater tots at Stone Liberty Station. The chef is going to kill me for saying that right now, but
I'm pretty sure not just the chef.
Yeah, I love
There's
it.
plenty more people that'll probably kill you for that one.
we're starting a petition. No, this is amazing. And so with 25 years of Stone Brewing, you guys normally have a big blowout. We've got the beer festival, the dinners, all of that. Obviously, things are a little bit different this year. How are we celebrating the 25th anniversary?
You want to speak on that one?
Yeah, we are having events at a lot of our locations. They're pared down a little bit, but gosh, the I can't even remember all the different courses all our restaurants are having.
Beer
What is
dinners.
it, 3 or 4 beers per course or something like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's the it's like the VIP rare section that's happening. I believe that like Wednesday or Thursday night, and then the following day we're doing like all of our Stone locations: the Kettner, Oceanside, Pasadena. They're all just kind of like doing little parties at their spot, no tickets involved, and then there's the actual sit-down dinners, which are all sold out. Unfortunately, like they went on sale, and even I was like, I'll get some for my wife and my sister for her birthday.
No, they sold out instantly.
Yeah, and I was trying my work for here, and I can't even get a ticket.
Same. I was like, I know people, and Lizzie's like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I'll just host it and sneak food off other people's plates. If I come by and steal your food, you know it's me.
Is there going to be variation from location to location?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Different menus everywhere.
So if they're on different
Pretty cool.
days, people can like really
Hit all of
bounce
them.
around and.
I do know at our Liberty Station spot, we are doing like a little small thing where you can go and get tasters of all the beers and then like try different appetizing things like music and games inside. It's like $25 a ticket, but otherwise the sit-down dinners are all sold out. Like,
Well, I would assume at stonebrewing.com there'll be a list of all of the things going on and where you can find them. But you know what, guys? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna miss stumbling around San Marcos campus with my little class, like for the Stone Invitational. That was fun every year. Fingers crossed for next year. It's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, knock on wood, nothing else happens in the future, but the 25 plus 1 is what we're planning on doing, and that's going to be the biggest Stone celebration by far, assuming there's not some new thing coming.
Everybody
Knock
do your
on
part
wood.
so
No
that
more
we
variants.
can drink with all of our friends over at Stone. 25 years of Stone Brewing. That is absolutely amazing. You know, not only cheers to Greg and Steve, but cheers to the entire staff at Stone. I mean, I know that they could not do it without every single person doing their thing. You know, you guys, Laura Ulrich, Cecil, you know, Carissa up at, you know, Escondido, just everybody, you guys are killing
So many
it.
all-stars on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
And it shows through. You guys do great beers.
Yes.
Always have.
I mean, I'm just,
let's start
well,
this
here's the thing: is we need to cheers, and it's bad luck to cheers with empty glasses. And if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right? Like,
I'll take a little top off. I mean, yeah, and it deserves a hearty cheers, man. 25 years. I mean, making beer for the masses. I was gonna say just, you know, of brewing craft beer in San Diego, but you guys have expanded all over the place, and but it all started here in San Diego, and you guys have converted a lot of people to craft beer, and so cheers to that.
Thank you.
And all the great beer you guys have made for 25 years.
Well, we're giving a shout out to the team. I just want to say, hitting 12.5% alcohol, real challenge.
on a production scale.
Yeah.
Hey, if there's any team that could do it, it is 100% the Stone team, you know, and the other really cool thing about 25 years of Stone is if you look across the scape of craft beer, all the breweries that came from people that started at Stone, like we owe a huge debt to everybody at Stone, so thank you guys for what you're continuing to do.
Yeah, thank you, yes. Yeah.
Yes, any parting
you.
words for
Third
the
team.
peeps before we say goodbye?
Whew.
Thanks for having us.
Mhm.
This is great, and thanks for making us feel so special.
Yeah, get
It's
to
our
the
special.
Get to the Liberty Station location. You'll probably see these two rolling around. Eat the delicious food. Shout out to the chef. And then when you go up to Escondido, swing by those gardens. Oh, that is still one of my absolute favorite places to sit and enjoy a beer. It's just so serene.
It's an awesome place, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's nice and cool in the evening.
Yes.
Just the ambience and, the frogs.
Perfection.
They're so
Ah.
real.
Be sure that you join us on 91X this Friday for Beer for Breakfast. I won't be there. I will not be there. It is going to be this gentleman with Marty and Garrett. They will be getting down on Beer for Breakfast this Friday at 9:10 Pacific Standard Time. You can download the app for free in the App Store, stream from 91x.com, or listen to it on your old school FM radio 91.1. And with that, cheers to independently owned craft beer and radio in San Diego.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers to
25 years of
Stone.
Stone.
And many more.
91X.